everybody, welcome back. We are here with another episode and today we are talking about tenses. We have two more students with us today. Let's talk to them and find out what are they doing, how are they learning and what difficulties are they facing in the process of learning English. Hello,
Hello, ma'am.
how are you?
We are fine.
Right. Can you please tell us something about yourself?
I'm Susmita. I have just completed my D.Ed. Now I am preparing for DSC, ma'am.
DS.
DSC.
DSC.
Um,
All right. Sushmita, how did you get the thought of joining and learning English?
um, I want to improve my English, ma'am. Then I think of some institutions. My friends and my relatives told me RKMT is the best. VIOL is best for the son. So I will join.
Okay, very nice. How about you?
My name is Santosh, madam. I am present PG second year.
Oh, you're doing PG second year. In which
Yes.
subject?
Maths.
In maths. Oh, okay. So then you will teach maths. Why do you
Yes.
need English?
Very English and degree work Telugu medium, madam.
Oh, so you studied in Telugu medium
medium.
and you want to improve.
Improve English.
Okay. All right. So now what doubts and exactly what doubts do you have?
I have some problem with the usage of future tense, ma'am, especially future continuous tense, ma'am. I want to clarify it.
Alright, Sushmita and Santosha, to be very frank, future continuous is not very commonly used in spoken English. Most of the time we try to manage with simple future tense. But yes, in certain situations we have to use future continuous and then you must know exactly how it is used and then we have to make use of it correctly. Alright, so today I will give you some knowledge on the future continuous tense. If we talk about in its simplest form, this future continuous is just like the present continuous and the past continuous tense. Are you aware of present continuous tense?
Yes, ma'am.
Very nice. And do you know about past continuous tense?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So exactly then you have to just think of future continuous, how we think or how we talk about present and past continuous. Okay, let us compare. If I say that it is 10 o'clock, Sonam is in her office. So now the time is 10 and Sonam is in her office. So what is she doing now if I want to ask in the office? Then we will say that Sonam is working. That is this present continuous and we will say that Sonam is working. So this is present continuous. Time is 10 o'clock. Sonam is in the office. So then obviously we'll say that Sonam is working. So this is the example of present continuous tense. Compare the next one. So here we want to say that maybe yesterday or day before yesterday or sometime in the past it was 10 o'clock and Sonam was in her office.
Sonam was working.
Very nice. The past continuous tense would become Sonam was. Sonam was working because that was sometime in the past. Now in the same manner we can make use of this future continuous also. Alright. So then the time will be 10 o'clock and then Sonam will be in the office. So then
Sonam will be working in the office.
Right. So then at that time in future Sonam
Will be working.
Be working. So this is this future continuous tense when you compare it with present continuous and the past continuous. So then Sonam is working now. Yesterday or day before yesterday at 10 o'clock,
Sonam was working.
Sonam was working. Tomorrow or day after tomorrow at 10 o'clock,
Sonam will be working.
Right, Sonam will be working. So this is what is this future continuous tense. Have you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Let me give you another situation. When we say continuous, we want to say that the action is going on. The action is in progress. Has the action completed?
No, ma'am.
No, the action has not completed. It is going on. So when you say I will be doing something is equal to I will be in the middle of something. So I will be doing something in the future. So I may be here or here or here or here. The action I would not have completed. This is this information about this future continuous. Now, for example, if I say this time next week they will be on a holiday. Imagine a family and we want to say that this time next week they will be on a holiday. The family is going on a holiday. So now when this family is on a holiday next week, in connection of this I would say that, so now the holiday will be going on, the holiday will not have completed. So then at this time next week, because they are on a holiday, they will be swimming in the sea. They will be swimming in the sea. Now, similarly, can you make some example regarding this holiday plan?
They will be visiting different places.
Okay. Now we can say they will be visiting
Different places.
Yes, they will be visiting different places. Right. Santosha, any other activity which you think because they are on a holiday?
They will be doing some shopping.
Alright. So they will be, then we say doing and then some shopping. Okay. Alright. And then we can add they may be, right, they will be taking some pictures. Alright, they will be taking some pictures, they will be enjoying the natural beauty. So all this because people are on a holiday. So at this time next week, these all actions will be going on and all these indicate the future continuous tense. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Let's move on to the next situation. Now, the other usage of this future continuous is when we mention a particular time in future. So when we want to say that at this particular time in future, some action will be going on, some action will be continuing. Now, future time is all night, maybe no tomorrow or day after, all night. They are going to a distant place, very far off place, and we want to say that they will be traveling all night. Maybe if you want to say, we can say tomorrow. So for the festival, when you travel by buses, then you have to do all this night journey. So then we can say they will be traveling all night tomorrow. So tomorrow night is this particular time in future. What will be happening? What will be going on?
They will be
traveling. Very nice. Now, in a few days. Now, in the next few days is a future time. And then what do you think will happen in the next few days? We will be leaving. So we are here in Hyderabad. We will be leaving in a few days. So 2-3 days more we will be in Hyderabad and after that we will be leaving. Now taking this as an example, particular time in future, can you make some sentences?
At this time tomorrow, we will be writing the test.
Alright. At this time tomorrow. So today this is the time. At the same time tomorrow, Sushmita, you want to say that you will be writing a test. Very nice. Yes, Santosha?
She will be doing her homework.
That's right. But some time can you add?
After dinner.
Alright. So maybe at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock evening she will have dinner and at that after that she will be doing her homework. This action will be going on in the future after dinner. Particular time in future. Right? Any other example?
Now, at this time, he will be playing.
Alright, at this time, he will be playing, correct?
At this time tomorrow, my friend will meet.
My friend
will be meeting me.
Yes, at this time tomorrow, my friend will be meeting me. Alright. So now we can also make negatives, we can also make questions, though they are not very common because as I told you earlier, it is not very commonly used in spoken English. But if you want, we can also make a question, for example. So for example, if I want to make a call to you tomorrow around 9 o'clock, so I want to ask you at 9 a.m. tomorrow, will you be driving? So if you say yes, I will be driving, then I should not make a call because we should not receive and make calls while driving. If you say no, I will not be driving, then probably I can make a call to you. So then this is one usage where we use a particular time in future, alright, and then we can use some future continuous tense. Is this clear to you? Do you have any doubts, any questions here? No? Alright, then let's move on to the last usage of this future continuous tense. Now, other way of using this future continuous is with combination of present simple. Do you have idea about simple present tense?
Yes, ma'am.
Very nice. So we can combine two tenses also. We can combine present tense and this future continuous tense like this. Don't phone between 7 and 8. don't phone. You are giving some instructions to somebody, asking them not to call you between 7 and 8 o'clock. What's the reason? We will
We'll
be
be
having
having
dinner.
dinner.
So then when you're having dinner, somebody calls, then there will be some disturbance and you want to tell them, don't phone between 7 and 8. We will be having dinner. Now to this time, if you want to combine some other action, what can you say? Don't phone between 7 and 8.
I will be reading.
Alright, so no reading, okay. I'll be attending. I'll be attending the class. So you have to tell your friend, don't phone between 7 and 8. I will be attending the class. So now in the class, you put yourselves into maybe switch off or silent mode. Then nobody can disturb you. I'll be attending the class. Right, Santosha?
I will be attending the interview.
Okay, right. So then how can you take calls when you are attending the interview? So instead of saying the class, you can also say, I will be attending the interview. Alright. So this is also one usage of this future continuous tense. Next example. Similar instructions you want to give to somebody. Don't come at 5. Don't come at 5. I'll be watching the football match on TV. So now don't come at 5 o'clock. You want to instruct somebody. Can you write some parallel actions? Can you give some examples? Don't come at 5.
I will be attending the class.
We have already written attending the class. Can we change that?
I will be in the middle of cooking.
Yes, I will be, but then there's no ing. Then don't say in the middle of. So I will be
cooking.
Right. So don't come at 5 o'clock. I will be cooking. So then I cannot talk to you because I will be cooking. Correct. So don't come at 5. I will be cooking. Santosha, your example.
I will be attending the friends.
I will be attending
Meeting.
All right. You can say don't come at 5. I will be attending the meeting, or you can say I will be conducting. I will be conducting a meeting in my office. So don't come at 5. Then I cannot meet you. All right. That is
May I
also
say
correct.
one?
Yes.
I will be going outside.
Right. So don't come at 5. I will be going out.
Outside.
So then I already have some other program. I will be going out. Correct. When I reach home. So when I reach home, maybe you want to have different actions. You want to say my father, my mother, my brother, my sister, anything. So when I reach home. When I reach home is the present simple, and we are combining the future continuous with it to say that when I reach home.
My sister will be reading.
Correct. My sister will be reading. Okay.
My
Santosha?
mother will be cooking.
Alright. My mother will be cooking. Yes. Father, brother.
My father is working.
No.
My father will be working.
Alright. My father will be doing his office work. So my father will be doing his office work. What about your brother? Maybe?
My brother will be reading.
Right. My brother will be doing his homework or his college work. My brother will be doing his homework. Alright. Yes. And maybe your grandmother, if you have a grandmother at home. Usually elderly people, what do? They sit and then they pray most of the time. No? So then you can say that my grandmother
will be praying.
Right, my grandmother will be praying. And in case you have a pet, if you have a pet,
My
and usually
pet will be sleeping.
my pet will be sleeping, or you can say my pet will be waiting for me. The pets wait when we will come and when they can play with us. So when I reach home, these are the different activities which could be going on, and we can express them with the help of this future continuous tense. Have you understood? It is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
I hope you must have understood the usage of future continuous, how it is used, and where exactly we can make the correct usage of it. Thank you.
Now, listen to two friends discussing some important issue.
Hi Mansi.
Hello, Varsha. You seem to be in a very good mood.
I am. I read an excellent book yesterday. I'm feeling so relaxed, so happy.
It's nice to know that, Varsha. You know, reading is a very good habit.
It is. Reading, there are so many good things that come out of reading. It improves your language skills. It will help you be more creative. It will keep your mind alert. And it will also help you improve and know what is going on in and around you. all the world activities, up-to-date events, you can know by reading. Isn't that true?
Exactly, I agree. In fact, one of the advantages of reading is that not only is it a good habit, but when you read newspapers, you know what is going on around you. You get to know about people's views. You get to know about what your government is doing. You get to know what the world around you is like. And that is important in an age, in a day like today. In fact, one of the biggest advantages of reading is that when you read books or newspapers, you come across so many new words. That means you come across new vocabulary.
Correct.
When you see these words being put to use in a sentence, not only do you learn them, but you're also improving your language skills.
Very true. These new words can not only be used in our day-to-day activities, it can be used in our academics also, in school, in colleges, while conversing, while writing. Any new words, any new vocabulary will always help improve your language, and it will also gain extra marks. And it is a stated fact that reading is a very excellent way of spending time.
Yes.
It will help your mind relax and your brain active as well. Instead of watching TV, instead of thinking about what to do, what not to do, reading is a best habit to cultivate. I think we all need to make it a habit, a compulsion that we all start to read from today.
Absolutely. However, nowadays, reading is not only from newspapers and books. There are so many people who are reading from electronic devices like phones or laptops or tablets. Although these devices can have a lot of books at one time, అంటే ఒక్క డివైస్లో అన్ని బుక్స్ పెట్టుకోవచ్చు అని ఉన్నా కూడా they are not the same as reading from a paperback book. Don't you agree?
Absolutely correct. Constantly staring at a screen, be it your mobile phone, your laptops or your tablets, constantly staring at that screen can cause a lot of strain to your eyes. And there is no much of improvement that is going on. So your reading habit must be properly out of a book or from a newspaper. Your mobile phones or your tablets are having a very small screen. Your eyes are getting strained. Everybody doesn't realize this. Dini reading ane oka importance, dani beauty is out of reading it from a newspaper or from a book and enjoying it. So we'll all make it a habit to read and to read it from a newspaper or from a book.
And not from laptops or phones.
Absolutely.
Let us listen to a story.
Actually, this story speaks about how we normally expect the others to change according to our tune. I mean, we don't feel that the change actually should come in ourselves. So the title of the story is Don't Change the World. Once upon a time, there was a king who ruled a prosperous country. One day, he went on a trip to some distant areas of his country. So he went on a journey to faraway places. When he came back to his palace, he complained that his feet were very painful because it was the first time that he had been on such a long trip. So never he went to such long places earlier. And the road that he went through was very rough and stony. Means that the road was not properly laid. Like we have very proper roads here. Sometimes here also we see the city roads also we see that they are bumpy and uneven. He then ordered his people to cover all the roads with leather. Leather, the material which we use for our footwear. This was ridiculous because it would need thousands of cows' skin that in turn would cost a huge amount of money. So they needed a lot of money. That too, killing a cow is not advisable as it is a very useful animal and it is in fact giving us many things, and it is an auspicious animal to Hindus. One of the servants of the king got a brilliant idea. He went to the king and said, "Why do you have to spend so much money? Why don't you just cut a little piece of leather to cover your feet?" The king was surprised. What a brilliant idea. The king also did not get, and his ministers also, who were actually supposed to be very intelligent, but they also did not get this idea. Just only a servant got this idea, whom they usually thought the servants were like fools, or like they didn't have much wisdom. The king was surprised, but he later agreed to his suggestion to make a shoe for himself. There is actually a valuable lesson of life in this story. To make this world a happy place to live, you better change yourself, your heart, and not the world. Mahatma Gandhi also said, "If you want change, be a change." So we must change our perspectives. We must change ourselves.
Now, listen to this parable and try to find out the language elements.
Hello everyone, good day to you all. In this segment of English for All, we are going to listen to a parable, which is a moral story. In Telugu, we call them Neeti Kathalu. After listening to the story, my friend will also share the moral. But what is special today? Today we have two little friends joining us to listen to the story and also to learn from the moral. Can you introduce yourselves to the audience?
My name is Shrestha. I am studying in 7th class, Chinmaya Vidyalaya.
And what about you?
My name is Visishta. I am studying in 5th class. I am from Chinmaya Vidyalaya.
Okay, so our little friends Shrestha and Visishta today are going to join us in this wonderful little segment of English for All. Varsha, do you have a nice story to share with your three little friends?
Absolutely, I have an interesting story with me. This story is more like an experiment that happened in a school. In a school, there was a teacher and many students. So one day, the teacher told to the students to bring a plastic bag and some potatoes with them. Okay, So what the teacher said is, you have a plastic bag and some potatoes with you. All of you list out the number of students or the number of people that you don't like. Generally, oka classroom lo ela untundi, you have a set of friends, and then antamandi class lo there'll be at least 1 or 2 students which you think you don't like. Naku I didn't like that student's behavior, I don't think he's honest, I don't think she's correct. Edo oka apprehension untundi, or you will have a fight with somebody, or you will just not talk. Ala unnara mee class lo? Entamandi?
2-3 members.
2-3 members. And how about you?
Yes, 2-3 members.
2-3 members. Now, the teacher also told the same thing. Now you have a plastic bag and some potatoes. Now you have a list of people that you don't like. 2-3 members in your case and 2-3 members in your case. So what the teacher said is to put 2-3 potatoes and write the name of that person on the potato. For example, the names are A, B and C. You're just writing it on the potato, A, B and C, and you're putting it in that plastic bag and closing it. And you're carrying the plastic bags with you wherever you go. Morning lechi ekkada veltam, school ki veltamu. So you're taking that plastic bag with you to the school, and then you're coming back home, the plastic bag is still with you. Then ekkada dooram pettali atla kaadu, you should be with you only all the time. Okay, you should always keep it with you. That is what the teacher explained to the students. So all the students also did the same. They all wrote the names on the potatoes of those students whom they didn't like. They put it in a plastic bag and they started carrying along with them everywhere, to the school, to the tuition, to sports, to their relatives' house, to meet their friends. Wherever they went, they carried that bag along with them. Now 1 day passed, 2 days passed, 3 days passed, several days passed. Now what would happen if a potato is like that, chopped with a name and put it in a bag and you're closing it? You will start getting that smell, because it will start to rot, isn't it? So it will start smelling. But the students were having a problem. It started stinking. But they had no choice. The teacher asked them to carry it everywhere. They started carrying it everywhere. After a week, when they all assembled back in the class, the teacher asked, now you have the plastic bag and the potatoes. You carried it along with you everywhere for a week. How was your experience? The first thing the students came out with was, it started stinking, madam. It was smelling so much that we could not bear the smell. Everybody started complaining the same thing. Intasepani evarina vasan paristaru. After a stage, you will put it aside, kada. But at the experiment, the students could not put it aside. They had to carry it along with them everywhere. So, by the end of that experiment, the teacher told the same thing. Now I will tell you why I asked you to carry that plastic bag and potatoes with you. The stench in that plastic bag is like the hatred that you are having inside you for those students. Ippudu manam aa potatoes meeda em rasamu, we have written the names of those students whom we didn't like and we put it in the bag, right? It is nothing but the hatred, the stench of that hatred is also contaminating our heart. The same way the smell is contaminating it. Andukane, the experiment proves and it says that you should not contain hatred or you should not contain that little bit of dislike within you. If we contain that hatred or dislike within us, just like that smell in that plastic bag, our heart also will get contaminated with the stench.
Okay, so that means that I'll tell you once what I understood. Okay, you tell me if it's correct. So you're saying that just like if you keep potatoes in a bag for a long time, it will start to smell. In the same way, if we keep hatred inside of us also, it will also bring out lot of bad things for us.
Exactly. Over a time, you're building hatred within you because you're not letting it out.
Okay, fine.
Because it's constantly building up. It is still there packed inside like a plastic bag inside your heart. So, just like how the potatoes in the bag smell, the same way the hatred in your heart also would start smelling. So, what did you understand out of this moral story?
I understood that we have to not be enemy to anyone. We have to make all students as our friends. We have to not do any bad thing for them.
You should not hold anything.
And we have to be friendly with everyone.
Excellent. That was very well said. And what did you understand, Vashishta?
Yes, we should not fight with anyone for anything. should be friendly with them.
Okay. And now, beginning of my moral story, I asked you both if you had any such students in your class. You said there were 2-3 students and you also said 2-3 students. Kada? Now what would you do about those 2-3 students?
I will do this friendship.
You will do friendship with them. And what about you?
Same.
You will not have any hatred or any fear or anything, no? Okay, that was very well said. Just like how Shrestha and Vashishta said, we should not hold our grudge, or we should not become an enemy to another person, to another fellow human being, be it our classmates, be it our colleagues, be it anyone. It is always good to let that extra hatred or that negative feeling from us leave. It is better that we leave such kind of negative feelings and let out our emotions, and not let that kind of negative feelings get the better of us. What did you understand, Mansi?
Well, I think my little two friends have already told you exactly what I've also understood. As Shrestha and Vashishta said, I think it is always good for us to be positive and try to see the goodness in others. Just like they said, they will make friends with the people in their class that they don't have friendship, who they are not friends with already. The same way, every one of us should try to see the positive in other people. Ante kada, only if you see the good things in someone, you will want to be friends with them, right? So in the same way, each and every one should see the good in others. Because andarlo untai manchivi chedda untundi. If we pay attention to the bad, to the negative side, we will always dislike everyone, and that hatred will be there inside of us. Ala kakunda, suppose we try to see the good things in others. Like you said, 2-3 members lo edo oka manchidi untundi kada. So if you focus on that, then you will definitely want to make friendship with them, right? Same for you kada, naku kuda ante.
The more good that you see in them, even they'll also see good things in you. If we are good to them, even they'll be good to us. It is just like that, correct?
Exactly. I think we can apply that, and by doing that, we can make sure that we don't have any hatred inside of us, and we don't spread any hatred around us also. So everybody will be happy.
I'm glad that you all understood the moral, and I am even more glad that you all will put that into practice, and I'm sure you will all do it too. And thank you so much for watching.